Get off my back, all right? Leave me alone. You can't say the N-word. I can't get behind white reggae. Shit sucks, all right? Shit fucking sucks. You didn't grow up in the slums like fucking Bob Marley did. You grew up in the middle of fucking grapevine. Shut up. Fuck up. Stop fucking saying. Amber is the color of, I fucked up in that joke. Fuck it, I don't care. It's been my time. Thank you all for listening to me starting out this fucking show. Thank you all for coming out for this show. We have 3 dope fucking comics coming through here. It's going to be fucking amazing. Keep on buying beer. Drink up. Laugh at these motherfuckers. And give it up for our first comic. He is a staple of the DFW area. One of my good friends. Very funny. Caleb B. Davis. Come on, everybody!
Hey, what's going on, Monk? How are y'all doing tonight? Hell yeah. Give it up for your host for the evening, the birthday man, Mr. Javoris James. Give him one more round of applause for me, please. Hell yeah. Thank y'all so much. I grew up in the middle of Grapevine. You guys want to listen to my reggae band who's this out? I'm here to talk to you all about the 3 things you all came to hear a young person talk about: religion, politics, and gender. That's what all the old people come to listen to my 20-something-year-old ass say, isn't that right?
That's right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's challenging because of my face, my RBF. I get complaints on it all the time. Resting baby face. It gets you. It really does. It's hard. Because I am as young as I look. So if you guys want to come over to my parents' house and play after, I'm down. I see some people not super interested in that. And joke's on you, I just found a swing in my parents' closet. So I'll be going real fast on that if y'all decide to change your mind. Looking young is interesting, especially because my mom had me at a young age as well. She had me as a single parent when she was 17. That's about exactly how I expected that to be received. You know, it's like, oh, that's a shame. Like, you all just kind of felt. But that's okay. It's my life, not yours. Thank you. You're very participating in this, and I don't know how to feel about that. Hey, keep drinking, you know, and I think you will know what to tell me. That's the fun part. I'm excited. He's excited. It's interesting, though, because my mom, 17 years old, she had a baby before a high school degree, people. I mean, she got a GED, but we all know that's not the same. Right? There's an equivalency in there for a reason. It had to be said. Thank you. It's an interesting one. It is. Because I remember learning to walk and, like, alongside her learning to drive. Like, what the fuck? That's weird. I'm sitting in my car seat in the back, like, you're about to fail this one. I hadn't fallen in 3 weeks. I think that's fun. It's a lot of fun. My mom, she gave me a very interesting childhood. I thank her for it. I mean, she did a great job. I do comedy, but I think that's the worst thing she got out of my childhood. She had a lot of weird ex-boyfriends, you know, and I hate to say this, but she dated a man from Turkey. Like the lunch meat, but a country. That was a weird one. He was in the Turkish militia, and I found this out in a weird way. I was showering one day in our 1-bedroom apartment, and he throws open the shower curtain when I thought all the doors were locked. He looks me from toe to top, and he goes, "Wash your pee-pee," and then he slams the shower curtain shut. It's the dirtiest I've ever felt getting clean, guys. That was crazy. That was it. 3 words, trauma for life. Wash your pee-pee. It was wild. One other memory I have from him, I was sitting on the couch. I had just gotten an Xbox 360. I was playing Call of Duty Online. Being called the N-word. Just a detail I wanted to throw in because it did happen. But he's sitting next to me. I'm just shooting people up, and again, Turkish militia. He looks at me and goes, I shot RPG at cow. That's now 6 words or so this man has said to me, and I will never forget it. That sucks. What are you supposed to do if someone comes at your mom, in your mom, and at your face like that? What are you supposed to do? It's not good. There's a lot of bad people out there. You need to cover your moms. I'll tell you, my mom got away from my biological father, too, like, by the skin on her teeth. My biological father, he was a crack user, if that's what they call themselves. Cool. It was interesting, though, because, like, I don't know, I never really considered him a parent to me, which wasn't a problem, but it did explain all of the really long car rides that we took that came, like, right back home. Like, we always just ended up right back at home. And I was trying to explain this because it didn't make any sense to me to my mom, and I was like, as a child, Mom, what's going on? Like, what's his problem? Before she left, she was like, he's got really bad OCD. Like, it's a mental ailment. Like, it's never going away. It's going to be hard for me. Okay. Growing up, I'm telling all my friends, oh, my dad left because he had really bad OCD. And they're like, that doesn't, okay, sure. Whatever you need to be told. I turned 18, my mom was like, yeah, it was obsessive crack disorder, you idiot. Like, it wasn't. I just saw, it was funnier to me to see someone not enjoy that joke. But the fun thing about that is I started trying to piece this together before my mom told me, and I was like, you know what, I think he's kind of just like Thanos from the Marvel movies. And that explains the really long car rides that end up right back at home with this really sad sack of crystals. I was like, all right. What are those? Like, don't touch these, these are mine. I'm, oh, okay. My mom told me, she was like, that was the last time I ever let him see you. You know, he bent over at the waist to pick you up, and a sack of crack rock fell out of his pocket. Thank you for laughing at that. That's not funny. I looked at my mom, and I was like, Mom, I've thought this man was like Thanos the whole time. Thank you for confirming that for me. I was like, confirming Thanos? What are you talking about? And I was like, Mom, think about it. One rock of crack out of his pocket, and he took away my entire childhood of a father like that. Could you imagine what he could have done with a crack rock infinity gauntlet of 6 of them bitches? I don't know, guys. I think there'd be funnier people on stage right in front of you. Like, that's how I like to envision that, at least. But it's okay. It worked out for my mom. She met my stepdad. They got married. That's good for her. It's all right for him. How marriage works, I hear. It's all right for one. Pretty kick-ass for the other. Maybe not. I live in America. That's how it is in that country. My stepdad's actually here tonight. He's right there. If you guys, I want to let you know, thank you. She wants to support you for how bad this is in front of you right now. She's like, you know what? It's okay. Talk to him in the car. Quit him doing this. No more. No more. My mom told him tonight, you're not buying any beer for yourself. So he got a root beer. I think if one of y'all wanted to buy him a beer, he'd be obligated to drink it. I think. There you go. Thank you. Yep. That's it. But he's always looking for chances to make fun of me, and I always enjoy that. He has a degree in finance, so he hangs out with losers. He was at lunch with all of his coworkers, and they know about me, unfortunately. And they said, hey, what's your oldest up to? Like, is he still doing that comedy shenanigans? Remember, they're losers. And he was like, oh, Caleb? Yeah, he's a non-profit comedian who waits tables as a hobby. I remember when he married my mom on their wedding night, he looked at me and he was like, you know, the only reason I married your mom is because you're so cool. I mean, that's nice, but I responded with, that's awesome, why do you still keep having sex with her? A response for that one, to be honest. I have 2 new siblings. I'm like, what the hell? It's crazy. It's a crazy thing to happen. Like I said, he works in banking. If that's what you're gonna call getting fucked by Chase. That's what my mom calls having sex with him. His name is Chase. I love how I can make his name Chase just to make that funny. The interesting thing about, him and I, we get along really well. I'm grateful for that because it doesn't have to happen that way. And I started doing comedy, and his coworkers found out about me, which made him fear for losing his job. And one of his coworkers was like, "Hey, I'm putting together a work event. Does your son still want to come perform for that, possibly? He's still doing comedy?" He was like, "Let me send you his phone number." So guess what? This lady texts me, and she says, "Hey, this is my name, and I'm doing a work event. I want you to perform for us. If you can do 20 minutes of comedy, we will pay you $250. That's a lot of money for me, not doing comedy or doing comedy. Like, if someone was like, "Suck my penis, $250, I'd be like, 10 minutes? 20 minutes? How long? Like, I would up the ante. Like, I would be willing. So I did do comedy for the IRS, which is crazy. It's crazy. Because not only was it disappointing to a federal agency, it was also disappointing to Colin Allred. Colin Allred was there. I wish I was making that up. I honestly believe I'm the reason he lost. I feel awful. I noticed he was there the whole time in his cowboy hat. I was like, he's okay. And then I went up and I did about 15 minutes of comedy no one listened to. And they still paid me. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I got out of there as fast as possible. They paid me in the most comical way. She paid me like it was a drug deal. She was like trying to dap me up. This is like a lady in her 50s. She's like, "Hey." And I was like, "Hey." Hey. And she was like, "Bring it in." I'm like, She's like, "Come here." And I'm like, "All right." She paid me like your grandma does whenever she's trying to just give you money and not have your parents know. She brings me in like a drug deal, and she gives me cash in hand, and she's like, "I'm sorry, we didn't have any envelopes." I'm like, "Really, IRS? You don't have envelopes at the party?" Seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. The worst part about that, guys, I just filed my taxes and I owed $300. How do they always come out on top? What the hell? So disappointing. I always win. That's the government. I told you it's time to get all that government shit. I just don't understand how it works. Trying to get taught by speaking. That's kind of like my philosophy. My family, they care about me. They do, despite me being here tonight. They don't know. It's like my grandfather, he wants me to be religious and believe in God. And my grandma died a couple years ago, so, well, okay. I mean, we're supposed to laugh. It's kind of funny a little bit. I don't know if I believe in God, but I do have photos of her saved to the cloud, and I think that's close enough. Just backing her up. Just backing her up. You're with me, Mom. Forever. It's like a Black Mirror episode. I don't know. Don't look at it. Getting over all the holidays. Valentine's Day was gay. You're welcome, Denton. That one's for y'all. Your mayor said to call y'all that. Probably. Valentine's Day is weird because I had a doctor's appointment on Valentine's Day, and my doctor was like, I mean, you're definitely losing some weight. Like, you're getting your weight under control. I'm like, I'm proud of you. You're really doing good with your diet. What have you been eating? I was like, mostly pussy. Like, that's what I've been eating a lot of coochie. Eating coochie is kind of ridiculous, though, because, like, sometimes it can be complicated, and sometimes I just wish my girlfriend had a penis, because that seems a little bit more straightforward. $250, anyone? Colin Allred, maybe? Another holiday besides, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Halloween, Fright Fest, I was at Six Flags, developed a new fear. I'm already afraid of heights and roller coasters, but have you guys seen the size of pigeons these days? These hoes are huge. Look it up. On average, a pigeon can be anywhere from like 1 to 2 pounds. That's not a Texas pigeon. These Texas pigeons are like porking out at McDonald's and then flying 70 to 80 miles an hour across the state. Look it up. They're scary. I recognize this at Six Flags. I'm standing in line, getting on all these roller coasters, and I'm just seeing these fat fuck pigeons just being obese as hell walking around. I'm like, damn, if that thing more than 2 pounds, 60 miles an hour, come on. Mass times velocity, I might lose my head on this roller coaster. Like, if you get collided with a pigeon, you don't have to worry about dying falling off the roller coaster. You can be strapped into that bitch and just out like a light. Maybe not. I don't know. I have different fears than a lot of people. That's the fun thing. Making enemies with pigeons. Just me, I guess. Like nothing? No one? No fear? No one? Okay. Just me. I've been listening to a lot of hip-hop music because I am from the streets that nicknamed me White Chocolate. I was born and raised in Arlington, Texas. I think that should start to make sense soon. Okay, you can woo. I mean, we traded Luka away from the Mavs. The Cowboys aren't going nowhere anytime soon. And what the fuck are the Rangers up to after that World Series and then a blunder after? I just don't get Texas sports. It's whack. Listening to rap music's been interesting. I listened to the song that used to be like a radio classic, Bartender, by T-Pain with Akon. I think that was the downfall of our like mental capacities as humans. The lyrics for Bartender that we all sing, I'm at the bar with her. You ready? He says, she made us drinks to drink. We drunk them, got drunk. No shit. You guys remember singing that on your way to work in 2004 or whatever? Like, she made us drinks to drink. We drunk them, got drunk. What are you talking about? That is the most elementary level of communicating ever. It's like, she made us drinks to drink. We drunk them, got drunk. All right, T-Pain, step it up. That's it. That's not even where hip-hop had like fully declined, but it did set 2 Chainz up to be the funniest rapper that's ever existed. The song Headband by B.O.B. featuring 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz on this song says some of the greatest things I've ever heard in music ever. He says, middle school getting head on a 10-speed. What? Huh? Middle school getting head on a 10-speed, 2 Chainz? Tell me you're wearing helmets. Like at least, how fast were you going, 2 Chainz? Probably not fast enough to be pleasurable or quick to your destination. That means he's coming slow in 2 senses, guys. What the hell? Don't worry, I thought it was stupid too. Middle school getting head on the 10-speed. He said after that, in the song, same song, he says, my chain hang down to my ding-a-ling. That is 2 Chainz, guys. My chain hang down to my ding-a-ling. Okay, we already use the metric system here. I'm not trying to get laughed at by Mexicans if we start measuring things in ding-a-lings, guys. Hanging out with 2 Chainz, he's like, look at that Ford or that Nissan Frontier truck, that's at least 46 ding-a-lings long. 2 Chainz, what? It's pretty funny to me. I'll say one last thing, I'll make this one topical for y'all, and then I'll leave eventually. All this Diddy stuff's been discombobulating my head because I know he had a charge dropped from him recently. I think that's kind of upsetting, but not for the right reasons, because P. Diddy's kind of like modern day Dr. Seuss. They both go by like names that don't make any sense to me. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Seuss is putting a new book out called Did Diddy Do It soon, and I'm looking forward to that. So I think that one's going to be cool. I'm trying to work on that punchline. I think that can be a lot funnier. But I'll tell one more joke and I'm going to get out of here. I'm afraid for the future. Told you I was going to talk about gender. I'm afraid for the future for one reason. I got into an argument with one of my relatives where I told him, there's reason to be optimistic in the day and the time we live in, because we kind of do live in the future. He says, we don't live in the future, buddy. We ain't even got no flying cars. I looked at him and I said, really? Really? Do you really think that right now the answer to all of our problems is vehicles that can fly? Yeah. Have you not been cut off on 35 by someone and been like, damn bro, I almost died? If that guy could fly a car, people, the chances for another 9/11 would be exponential. Like, they go up so fast. I don't want to live in that future. That's scary. The scariest part of that to me is that doesn't necessarily need to happen on 9/11. Could happen on 9/11 again. Could be called 9/11 2.0. As Americans, we know all the sequels. None of the returning cast makes an appearance. It happened on 6/9. Guys, what is that, a double inside job? And for me personally, the worst one is it could happen on 7/11. That's National Free Slurpee Day, guys. You understand? Like, am I supposed to be mourning on National Free Slurpee Day, 7/11, when, oh, the Chicago Tower has been hit today, and it's like, nah, bro, not today. I'm gonna wild cherry my blueberry ass up and down these aisles with the largest receptacle they'll allow me to buy a brain freeze in and get on with my day. We can mourn tomorrow. Hey, thank you guys so much. My name is Caleb B. Davis. Make sure to give that to all your hosts on the comments tonight. Bring up J-Lo.
Y'all keep it going for Caleb B. Davis one more time.